Hi, sixth graders. This is Mrs. Swiderick here, trying to offer some math support while we're on our virus vacation. I know Mr. Cameron will be offering you some work through Google Classroom and such things like iExcel and, of course, extra math as well. Just wanted to let you know I have 72 ice cream sandwiches in my freezer for our math contest. So when we do get back, the classroom with the highest number of points in extra math will get them. If we're not back in time, I guess my family will have to eat them and I'll buy fresh ones for you. But don't worry, that math contest is still going on, so do extra math, okay? Now, if I recall correctly, when we left off together last time, we were finishing up talking about area of rectangles, triangles, circles, and so forth. And I wanted to share with you some of the things that I have on my card so far. And maybe you could write them down on your 3x5 card as well. Remember, we were going to give you larger cards this time because there are so many formulas in this particular chapter. So I will put this up to the screen and I hope you'll be able to see that. Okay, this is what I would put on the first part of my card. You'll notice the area of a square is length times width. The area of a triangle is half of the base times the height. The area of a parallelogram is base times the height. The area of a trapezoid is 1/2 of the height, or times the height, times base 1 and base 2. And the area of a circle is pi r squared, okay? Don't worry about this just yet. We'll talk about that later. But you should have these formulas for area on your card. Also, you should have these formulas on your card right now. Remember, we talked about circumference of a circle. That's what the C stands for. And the formula is pi times the diameter, right? Okay, and then if you wanted to add this, you could also add the word perimeter. P stands perimeter. It's the sum of all sides. That's what perimeter is. And you could also get it by taking 2 of the lengths plus 2 times the width. Okay, that's really all you need on your card right this moment. We'll get into volume pretty soon, and then we'll get into something called surface area before the end of this chapter. But that's enough for now on that. If I recall correctly, last time we met in class, we were just finishing up talking about square roots and perfect squares. So I made this for you just to refresh your memory a bit. Remember, perfect squares are what we call rational numbers. Okay, because if you have a square that has 4 parts in it, 2 times 2 comes out to be perfectly 4, doesn't it? So therefore the square root, or if you have 4 and you want to get to its root, the square root of 4 would be 2, because it takes 2 times 2 to make 4, okay? Look at 9. 9 can be divided up easily into squares. So I would say, what 2 numbers together make 9? Well, it's 3 times 3 make 9. Therefore, the square root of 9 is 3. Cool, huh? Now, if you take 16 and you divide that square up into 16, well, they're supposed to be equal parts, okay? You'd notice that the 4 times the 4 on this side makes 16, right? So the square root of 16, how do you get to that 16? The square root of that would be 4. Now this one, I divided up into 25 supposedly equal squares. How do you make 25? Well, 5 times 5 is 25. Therefore, the square root of 25 is 5. Okay, these numbers are perfect squares, or rational numbers, okay? But what happens when you have something like the square root of 8? Ew. Let me get my calculator out here. 8, square root of 8 is something like 2.828, and it goes on and on and on forever. I could put my 3 little dots here. That goes on forever. What's the square root of 10? Oh, Lord. Square root of 10 is 3.1622, and that goes on and on forever. Okay? When a number goes on and on forever and doesn't stop, another example of that would be pi. 3.14 is what we narrow it down to, but it really does go on forever. These are called irrational numbers. Think of them as, whoops, O-N-A-L, as being kind of crazy. Somebody that's irrational is kind of nutty, you know? So these numbers are weird because they go on and on and on and on forever. Well, what if you don't have a calculator in your hand, but you want to find out what the square root of 17 is? Well, I did know the square root of 16, because that's a perfect square, is 4. So it's got to be close to 4, doesn't it? It might be 4 point something. If I wanted to just say, yeah, we'll just say 4 point something would be the square root of 17. What about 23? Well, it's close to 25, so it's got to be probably, it can't be 5, that's 25. So it's got to be, again, 4, but it's probably a larger number. This might be, because it's close, so close to 16, 4.1 something. This would be maybe 4.8 or 9 something, because it's closer to 25. Let's just, for the heck of it, see what the square root of 17 is. 4.123. How do you like that? And it goes on forever, but I'm just showing you 4.123. Let's see what the square root of 23 was. On my calculator, it shows 4.795. Look at that. Whoops, it just dissolved here. Let me try it again so you can see it, and I can prove it to you. You see that? 4.79. I said 4.8. Pretty close, but not bad. Closer to 4.9 something, but it doesn't go into it evenly, does it? But that's how you find the square root of a number when you don't have a calculator around, okay? Now, you're going to be getting some additional work from Mr. Cameron on Google Classroom. And don't forget, iExcel is a wonderful thing, which I know you guys like a lot. And don't forget the extra math and the reward, which you will be getting when we get back to school. I think that's about enough for now. If you have any questions, you can email me directly at Swiderek, SWIDEREKP, @olgcparish.net. And I can take your problems and actually make a little video for you and show you how to do them. That'd be kind of fun, huh? And a good way to keep in touch. So let's just sign off with a little song. You recognize this song? Goes like this. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Pretty dorky, huh? But that's okay. You do make me happy when skies are gray. And we'll be back together again soon, working around our math table again. But in the meantime, have fun with your math. Don't forget extra math and iExcel as well. And we'll be talking to you very soon. Bye-bye.